Breaking news. Russian forces hunt down Ukrainian troop groups. No escape possible. On Ukraine's muddy fields, a new terror reigns from above. Small groups of Ukrainian soldiers, moving under cover of darkness, suddenly find themselves exposed. The faint buzz of a Russian drone grows louder, a relentless, unblinking eye in the sky. For these soldiers, the hunt has begun. There is nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Drones are now a constant, persistent threat that never sleeps. They loiter high above, scanning for any sign of movement. A truck, a unit, a lone soldier. Once a target is spotted, the information is relayed instantly. The attack is not far behind. The feeling of being watched is a heavy weight on every soldier's shoulders. A Ukrainian unit, believing they are undetected, continues its mission, unaware a Russian operator is tracking their every step. The drone follows patiently, waiting for the perfect moment, when soldiers cluster, rest, or cross open ground. Their fate is decided in a control room far from the battlefield. This technological edge creates a terrifying imbalance. One side holds all the information. The attack, when it comes, is swift and brutal. A kamikaze drone diving from the sky, or a devastating artillery strike guided by drone coordinates. For soldiers on the ground, the transition from quiet to chaos is instantaneous. The illusion of safety is shattered in a fiery explosion. This is the grim efficiency of modern drone warfare. Surveillance, pursuit, elimination. The cycle leaves little chance for escape. The sky itself has become the enemy. The Russian strategy is not random. It's a carefully orchestrated system, refined through months of conflict. It begins with layers of surveillance, high-altitude drones like the Orlan 10 patrol vast areas, identifying targets and tracking movements. These drones are the scouts, painting a broad picture for Russian commanders. Once a target is found, smaller, agile drones move in for a closer look, confirming identity, size, and movement in real time. This ensures attacks are precise, and resources aren't wasted. The combination of long-range surveillance and close-up confirmation gives Russian forces a detailed understanding before a single shot is fired. With the target confirmed, the attack is coordinated. Drone operators act as forward observers for artillery, calling in strikes with pinpoint accuracy. Sometimes the drone itself becomes the weapon. Swarms of FPV drones attack from multiple angles, overwhelming defenses. This playbook is a significant evolution in Russian doctrine, blending new technology with traditional ground forces. The drone is now the central node. It finds, guides, and confirms the kill. Surveillance, confirmation, and coordinated strike. This systematic approach has made the battlefield deadly for any Ukrainian soldier in the open. The results are seen daily across the front lines. The playbook is ruthlessly effective. Every attack refines the process further. The drone war is a symphony of destruction. The physical danger of drone strikes is immense, but the psychological impact may be even greater. For Ukrainian soldiers, the sky is a source of constant anxiety. The faint buzz of a drone triggers immediate fear and stress. Soldiers feel watched, even in supposed safe zones. This persistent surveillance erodes morale, creating a state of exhaustion and hypervigilance. Simple tasks, moving, resupplying, resting, become life-threatening risks. The fear of the unseen eye dictates every move, creating isolation and helplessness. The psychological toll extends to entire units, undermining cohesion and decision-making. Commanders must now balance offensive action with the mental fatigue of their troops. The drone has become a weapon of psychological warfare, designed to break will as much as bodies. Failed escape attempts, often shared as propaganda, reinforce the sense of being trapped. The belief that any movement will be detected leads to fatalism. Russia's drone strategy turns the battlefield into a mental prison as well as a physical one. The effectiveness of these tactics is clear in recent battles. In Sumy, Russian drones monitored a Ukrainian ammo depot for days, mapping defenses and tracking supply trucks. When ready, kamikaze drones struck air defenses, followed by guided missiles directed by loitering drones. The explosions devastated Ukrainian logistics. In Konstantinovka, Russian drones hunted troops in urban combat, flying through windows and doorways to find and eliminate soldiers. Every building became a potential death trap, denying Ukrainian forces urban cover. Specialized units like Russia's Rubicon drone group operate with autonomy, deploying to key sectors, and dismantling defenses. Rubicon's teams have broken stalemates, systematically hunting command posts and troop concentrations. These case studies show drones at the center of action, from logistics strikes to urban combat and frontline assaults. Drones are not just supporting the fight, they're often leading it. Each operation provides more data, refining Russian tactics. The lessons learned are shaping the future of the conflict. At the heart of Russia's drone dominance is a massive industrial effort. Early in the war, Russia relied on imports, but now it produces tens of thousands of drones annually. This surge has shifted the balance of power in the air, giving Russian forces a nearly inexhaustible supply. Russia can launch massive waves of drones, overwhelming Ukraine's air defenses through sheer volume. For every drone shot down, several more get through, turning defense into a war of attrition. Russian factories produce a diverse arsenal of large surveillance drones, Lancet loitering munitions, and swarms of low-cost FPV drones. This flexibility lets commanders choose the right tool for any mission. By building its own drone industry, Russia has reduced dependence on foreign suppliers and secured a sustainable pipeline. This industrial might fuels constant pressure on Ukraine and challenges any previous Ukrainian advantage. The production boom marks a strategic victory for Russia in the long-term economic war. Drones are now a central pillar of Russia's war effort. Ukraine is in a desperate race to adapt to the aerial onslaught. Once pioneers in drone warfare, Ukrainian forces now face overwhelming numbers of Russian drones. Air defense systems are stretched thin, unable to cover every target across the vast front. Innovation is Ukraine's strength. Engineers and soldiers develop new countermeasures, from electronic jamming to early warning networks. Ukraine produces its own FPV drones, engaging in a deadly cat-and-mouse game. But the cost of defense is enormous. Expensive missiles versus cheap drones is unsustainable. Constant interception depletes Ukraine's munitions, leaving them vulnerable to other attacks. International support is critical. Ukraine relies on Western partners for air defense and funding. The speed and scale of this support may determine Ukraine's survival. For now, Ukrainian forces fight back, but the tide is rising. The conflict is no longer contained within Ukraine's borders. Russian drones have entered NATO airspace, provoking immediate military responses and raising the risk of escalation. Belarus, a Russian ally, is caught in the middle, its territory used as a drone corridor, creating internal and regional tension. In some cases, Belarusian air defenses have shot down Russian drones, revealing friction. NATO's response is firm but cautious, with the US reaffirming its commitment to collective defense. Some believe Russia uses DUD drones to test NATO's reaction times and probe for weaknesses. This high-stakes game has transformed regional security, forcing NATO to stay on high alert. The drone war has created a new front, a gray zone of conflict beyond Ukraine. Drones are now instruments of geopolitical pressure. The rise of drones has made traditional cover and concealment nearly obsolete. High-resolution thermal cameras make the battlefield transparent. Every movement is visible. Commanders can't mass troops or equipment without risking detection and attack. Supply lines are vulnerable. A single drone can disrupt logistics. Armies must disperse, move clandestinely, and rely on deception and electronic warfare. Command and control of dispersed units is far more difficult. Casualty evacuation is dangerous. Medics are as much targets as soldiers. The front line is everywhere. No rear area is truly safe. Commanders must now lead in an environment of total surveillance. The drone war in Ukraine is transforming warfare itself. Cheap, intelligent machines now challenge traditional military hardware. Drones have democratized air power, shattering old strategies and forcing global militaries to rethink combat. The conflict is now a brutal war of attrition for technological superiority. Constant surveillance and psychological pressure have changed the soldier's experience forever. Politically, drone incursions have raised regional tensions and blurred the lines between war and peace. Ukraine is a laboratory for the future of war, accelerating innovation at a breathtaking pace. The hunt from above is a grim preview of conflicts to come. Technology is reshaping the battlefield, and the sky is the new front line.